Hey everybody, it's me, John Steele from Redneck City. I got a mower sitting here that I decided instead of doing what I was going to do with the yard machine, there's nothing I did on that worked out. I'd turn that back to a mowing mower. So I decided instead I was going to take the old Craftsman, turn that into a racing mower. I got a 18.5 horsepower twin. I don't know how, but for some reason it shot oil out the carburetor, got everywhere on this darn thing. Even shot out the pipe I got running right here. The other pipe I went ahead and took out, but because I'm going to take and put this engine right here on there, I'm thinking about straight piping it instead of doing the original exhaust, which I don't know what I did with it. It's probably sitting, yeah, I see. It's sitting on my junk. This old exhaust right here. Supposed to sit right in here. Right like that. If I can get to go on there. Anyways, it originally went on there. This engine came off the Craftsman mower I got sitting in the back. It had 11 horsepower on it. It's gray, one of those old boxy hood style ones, and it's a pretty good mower, but for some reason reverse went bad on it. So right now it's just sitting over here rotting away. But I'm thinking about turning it to the mud mower and using that. Reverse went completely out of it. Like you could take and put it in reverse, but it would never kick in. So you basically just have your neutral, first, and reverse. That's all you'd have. And the drive I even took out of it, because you could take and wherever, I'm pretty sure it was you could push it all the way forward to go fast on it, but it wouldn't stay in place. And for some reason it wouldn't let you push it all the way forward like it's supposed to, and it'd lock up. So it was always stuck in slow. I hated going real slow on this darn thing. So I just took that out, and I may either use this lever right here, the old drive lever for the brakes, or I'll use the old motor deck engagement lever for the brake. I'm not sure. I mean, it'd be better using the old engagement lever, because it's got those notches in there. When it springs in, it'll lock it in place. So I have to take and put the brake in place, and it would hold. But if I'm going down the road and I want to stop just slightly, I don't want it locking up on me and I end up wrecking. So I'm figuring I could probably take and do this and then put a clutch on it, some kind of way of locking it or whatever, where it'll hold it in place. Another problem I have with it, I took the old steering, like the spindles, whatever the heck you want to call them, the front tires. I took them out of the old Dynamark I got sitting over there, which I might even take the transmission out of it, because I think it's still good. I ain't been able to tell so far yet, and I might put it in there, because it uses the same rims as what's on here. There's only one thing I like about these. They sit high. Well, actually there's two things. They sit high, and they got a huge gas tank on them. It's like 2-3 gallons worth. You can mow all day with that, just about. So it's nice about them. Plus, they're real good about how much gas they burn up. But there is one thing I'd like to ask y'all, which leave a comment at the bottom. I want to know what size pipes you think I should put on it, and whether you think it should be a straight pipe or a stack to put on this thing. And I'd have to find a way of doing it, but I'd probably have to run it back to where it'll dodge this hood. When it's down, run it back and shoot it up the side, left side, or I can take, if I turn it, probably instead of facing straight like that right there, I'll probably take it and have it point in that direction to where my exhaust will be on this side, like facing towards the front, but then I can still take and run it, use a couple of these elbow pipes, and just drop it down like that if I'm going to do a straight pipe and run it out underneath like how I got this one going. But it's the same idea. See, this one I had to do kind of different because I didn't have the second one of this right here, and the other side I was already using the one that would fit it. I was using a 1-inch pipe with threads on it. Had that bolted into where shrink it down to a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch. I think it's 3/4 of an inch pipe, and I was able to use I don't know if I can get separated. Well, it's hard to do this one hand when holding the camera, but taking using this right here, had that running out, coming from the engine, running out to this pipe right here. This one's actually a 1-inch pipe, and this one right here is a 3/4 pipe, and they're just old weed eater shafts is all I was using. They work fine. This one I used during the winter when I had this engine on there, using the plow that I've got. I kind of went a little crazy when I first got this thing. I took and duct taped with camo on the steering wheel for better grip, because I wasn't liking the old plastic grip. And then I stuck me a mirror on there out of an old Ford Explorer. Took and made me a rack using 2 mountain brackets for a bagger off a MTD riding mower, and then an old Pepsi crate. I just bolted it down with a couple bolts. It seems to hold down just fine, because I could just about lift the mower with it. Oh yeah, I can lift the back end of the mower with it. It ain't too heavy, old mower. Took and put me trailer lights on it. They're a couple different, but they still work. On this, the way I set it up, instead of it being in the ignition like they normally are, but I didn't like how you gotta have it run in order for the lights to be on, so I just took and put me a regular switch on there. Turn that light. I don't know why it's acting up on the other light. I don't know, it may be wires. Hold on. Yeah, it's just a wire. And I had it hooked straight up to the battery, so I get a decent amount of brightness. It don't get as bright as it does if you got your engine going higher revs, which is another thing that sucks about using the ignition switch. I put me a reverse light on. I don't know if it's going to work right today or not. It kind of works on its own time. Yeah, it's doing its own thing. It only works when it wants to. But these turn signals, I just take and use a regular 2-way switch on it. That's worked pretty good.